talented athlete programme going from strength to strength, and obviously Icon is really contributing to our talented athlete programme.
We've got two of the very talented young people with us today. In a moment we're going to hear from Bradley Moore, but first of all, can I introduce Katie Byers to you? Katie, ladies and gentlemen, 17 years of age, from Blossom, been with the Sale Harriers, represented England and Great Britain at under 20 level. Pole vaulter, you get funding, lottery funding?
Yeah, I get the lowest, like the Futures programme, and also I get the Derbyshire Talented Athlete, which I've spent on some gymnastics.
But that's significant, isn't it? Because that funding, that Talented Athlete funding, could be the difference come 2012.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. I've only just started recently, and I feel the benefits of it already.
We've got Harry Webster in the room, one of the talented athletes. He was the fourth person from Derbyshire XL to compete for GB this year. 4 from a squad. Andy Manley's in the room, the coach, doing a fantastic job there, producing 4 international swimmers in one season out of one setup. And sport as a sector makes a real impact on our economy. And when we're looking for companies to come into Derby and Derbyshire, the offer, our cultural offer, is really important to determine whether people want to live here, work here, and companies want to come here. So our work is very important. Thank you so much for the work that you've done over the last 12 months. We are making some fantastic progress.
But it is my great pleasure now to introduce Dave Brailsford to you.
I currently run 2 teams. I've worked at British Cycling for 14 years, and now I run a team called Team Sky, which is a professional cycling team which has been in existence just nearly a year and a half now. And there's quite a big contrast between the two. So what I thought I'd try and do today is give you an insight into the way we've worked for the last 14 years, some of the ideas that we firmly believe in trying to achieve excellence and trying to achieve success. Well, I certainly think if you want to try and get the best out of somebody, you've got to try and give them some ownership. You know, as human beings, we like to have ownership over what we're doing. We like to be in charge of what we're doing. We certainly like to be nurtured and supported. We don't like to be dictated to. We don't like to be shouted at. Certainly don't like to be bullied. How often do we tell people they've done a good job? How often do we go out of our way as employers to our employees to make them feel valued, to make them feel secure, to tell them they're doing a good job, to tell them they're doing all right? Do we do it? It's something I do very poorly. And I think of all the things that I've had to learn over the years, that's the one in particular that I've had to really work at. It doesn't occur to me really to say, well done to people. I'm always looking for problems. I want to find out where the next problem is sorted out. As a coach, we quite often hear sports coaches talking about my performance when it's actually nothing to do with, it's the players, it's the riders who perform. So I think it's important that we recognise that, everybody's individual, give them some ownership over what they're doing and really get them behind them. We very much differentiate between dreams and targets, and certainly for the athletes. And it's really important, certainly now with the pressure and the expectation on the athletes going into London. A dream is, we all want to win medals. We want to win in London. Chris Hoy wants to win another gold medal. Vicky wants to win gold medals. Bradley wants to win medals. They all want to win medals. However, if we set the idea of just winning and nothing else as a target, what we find is it becomes horrendously stressful for the athlete. Why? Because they're not in control of whether they win or not. But from a process point of view, if you think about best practice, and one of the things we did in Team Sky, because it's a young team, this year we came in and said, right, instead of trying to do all of these clever things, we're just going to focus on one thing. And we decided that what we were going to do this year was we're going to do the simple things, not just do it well, as people say, I'll just do the simple things well. We thought, we're going to do the simple things better than anybody else. And if we can do the simple things better than anybody else, that's going to give us a competitive advantage.